Hi, I'm Mary with Everything Mary, and I'm so glad to be back on Crochet Soiree. It's September right now, and so in September I'm starting to think about fall and Christmas and all the holidays, so we are going to go ahead and show you some different things that you can make for yourself, but also for a gift, and then we'll go into making some Christmas things a little bit later, maybe in November, to decorate your home. First thing I'd like to show you is this journal cover. I was thinking about something that I could use. I like to journal, and you know, I love to buy the journals also. Sometimes I never even use them. I have a lot of blank ones at home. But I love these journals here. They're plain, they're very inexpensive, and they're really nice to decorate. So this is the one I did for us today. I did it for my bedside stand because I am interested in doing something that has a little pocket in it. I love to keep my pens right by my desk, or excuse me, I love to keep my pens right by my bedside for when I'm going to do my projects. Also, the other thing I love to do is keep my little notes in here. I like to keep my notes in here because as I'm journaling, sometimes I remember something I'm going to do the next day. And so this way I have my notes and I can just take them with me in the morning, and I'll remember what I was thinking the night before. So let's get started on this project. This project is a pretty easy one for us to do. One of the things that I like with Everything Mary is to keep things simple. So this project is basically just a double crochet. And this is what I've done. I have measured my book all the way around. And this book measures 12 inches around, and I've gotten the spine. I've added 3 inches to that so that I can have a 1/2 inch to turn under. As you can see right here, how we did that. You can use any kind of yarn you would like. I'm taking scraps from scarves that I've made in the past. This was a great scarf, by the way. I just really enjoyed it. And then you chain the length that you had measured out. So for me it was 15 inches, adding the 3 inches. And so I'll just make my chain this long, and then I'll double crochet as far as I need to. You might want to take on one of your little note cards and not only write the measurement around this way, but the height, so that then you'll know how high you want to crochet this. And then it's as simple as double crocheting all the way up. For the pocket, what I did is I did double crochet again, same amount, measured it though, because you know sometimes if you're using 2 different yarns, you might need to add a few more chains before you start your double crochet, which is exactly what I did here. And then I came up just not quite to the halfway. I like to just have a little bit of my print showing, but not the whole thing. So this is what I've done. Very easy, very simple. The next step, though, that I really enjoy doing is I go to my craft store, my local craft store, and I pick up things from the scrapbooking section. I don't know if you can see these, but we will have a picture of this book finished on the web for you to see. So I found these great little flowers and this little butterfly, and what I will do is, the flowers are actually brads, and they are from the scrapbooking store, and so they have these little, I'm not even sure what you call them, but the little hooks on them that you can actually just put it in your crochet and fold it over, and look, it just stays on. Isn't that great? I love these little things. Especially, they work so well with crochet. So I'm just going to put these around on my book. I just love the way they go in there. They just catch the yarn, and they're just perfect for this particular type of a project. So there we have these, and that just gives it just a little bit added decoration. But anybody who really knows me very well knows that I love rhinestones, and I love glitz and glitter. So I keep this on my desk at work, and actually I find everybody coming into my office and playing with it. But I picked out some special rhinestones today. They look like flowers. Now these I'm going to have to glue on, so I'm just going to take my glue. This is fabric glue because we're working with the yarn. I'm just going to take my glue and daub on some glue. And I'm going to put on my little rhinestones that I've already selected to go on here. I'm using a couple different sizes of the brads. So it gives us a little bit it gives us an interesting look. Now, I don't want to hold this up too much because I don't want the glue until the glue dries. But once the glue dries, it's on here and it'll be great for you. And then I found a little butterfly also in the scrapbooking section. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on my butterfly. And then I think I'll just glue that butterfly right here. Look how cute that is. That really, really adds to this journal. The other thing, as I was telling you, I like about this journal is because I can keep my pens in here, which of course I like my pink and purple pens. But also one of the really neat things you can do with this is if you're giving this as a gift, how about taking the card with the envelope and sliding it in here as the gift? And also, if you do that, don't forget that you can put these little embellishments also on a card, or on the envelope of the card, and it looks great. So there you have another project from Everything Mary, and I hope you have really enjoyed this. The last thing I'd like to do is remind you that these wonderful baskets from Everything Mary that will hold all your yarn and all your accessories, plus a lot of other things, are on the Crochet Soiree website. Thanks. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.